Sehr geehrter Herr Präsident, sehr geehrte Mitglieder des ukrainischen Höchstgerichts, liebe Kolleginnen und Kollegen. Mein Name ist Elisabeth Lowrek und ich bin Präsidentin des österreichischen Obersten Gerichtshofs. Ich freue mich ganz besonders, dass Sie, Herr Präsident, uns jetzt begleiten in dem Netzwerk der Höchstgerichtspräsidenten, dass wir Sie dort aufgenommen haben und dass wir einander, so hoffe ich, häufig sehen und uns austauschen können. Wir wissen, dass Sie in der Ukraine eine sehr schwere Zeit durchmachen. Wir bewundern Sie für Ihre Stärke, für Ihren Mut und wünschen Ihnen bei Ihrem Bemühen um den Rechtsstaat viel Erfolg. Ich wünsche Ihnen und allen Kollegen und Kolleginnen des ukrainischen Höchstgerichts Kraft in dieser schweren Zeit und einen schönen Weg in die europäische Familie.
Hello everyone, dear President, dear judges, staff members of the Supreme Court. My name is Sokol Sadushi, acting President of the Supreme Court of Albania. I wish to express my warmest congratulations on the occasion of 5th anniversary of establishment of the renewed Supreme Court of Ukraine and the 105th anniversary of its establishment. Supreme Court of Albania joins you in celebrating this momentous occasion. Please allow me to greet former presidents, judges and court staff who were integral part of the Supreme Court's history. Today's event is an opportunity to acknowledge your achievements in strengthening the rule of law, establishing an independent judiciary over the years, and the Ukraine's efforts to ensure the continuing operation of the judicial system during the difficult circumstances of the conflict. I avail this opportunity to appreciate the fact that the Supreme Court judges and staff employees have joined the armed forces of Ukraine, and they contribute with humanitarian aid and support children education in the wartime. Despite the challenges, Ukraine maintains a justice system that functions fairly and effectively, ensuring to not limit access to justice for the citizens. Finally, let's believe in the strong European value of pursuit of peace, rule of law and democracy, which should never be violated. Congratulations once again. Thank you.
Dear colleagues, with reference to the anniversary of the creation of the Supreme Court of Ukraine, I'd like to congratulate you for your efforts to continue doing your duty and administering justice in the state of war. You assure the citizens that the institutions in Ukraine are with them and will not leave them alone. We, the Bulgarian judges, would like to express in these days of test not only for the strength and will of the feisty Ukrainian people, but also for a democratic Europe, for the entire civilized world, concern and solidarity with the citizens of Ukraine, with the judges, the court officers and their families. We are confident that it is only civilized dialogue based on the international law, the human rights and the principles of democracy through which the reason will prevail and the Ukrainian citizens will be able to get back to their homes in order to start the recovery of their country, their lives.
I'm very pleased to have been asked to say a few words on behalf of the Supreme Court of the United Kingdom. On behalf of all my colleagues, I send you our warmest good wishes on this anniversary of the establishment and re-establishment of your Supreme Court. We are acutely conscious that the anniversary comes at a time when your country is under attack. The people of the United Kingdom greatly admire the courage and resilience of the people of Ukraine and support you in your efforts to defend your country against such dreadful aggression. Judges here are equally impressed by the professionalism and courage shown by the judges of Ukraine in maintaining the administration of justice under the most difficult circumstances. We congratulate you on this important anniversary and send you our best wishes. We hope that you may visit us in London in happier times.
Dear colleagues, dear friends from the Supreme Court of Ukraine, let me congratulate you on your anniversary at this most difficult and challenging time. We all hope you will survive the winter and regain new hope for next year, and in a year's time you can have your anniversary in peace and good normal working conditions already. We commend your courage in keeping the judiciary functioning and pursuing the goals of the rule of law and the democracy, even in the most difficult times. Our court had the pleasure of hosting your delegation recently and discussing various points of cooperation, and I hope that this cooperation will continue and we will soon be able to meet you in person in Kiev, not only by video. Once again, happy anniversary.
President Knyaziev and members of the Supreme Court of Ukraine, at a time when we in Ireland are celebrating 100 years since the formation of the Irish Free State and approach the centenary of the establishment of our Supreme Court, I, as Chief Justice of Ireland, would like to extend my congratulations to you on the 5th anniversary of your renewed Supreme Court and the 105th anniversary of the Supreme Court of Ukraine. There is an Irish proverb which says, "Ní neart go cur le chéile," meaning that there is no strength without cooperation. The Supreme Court of Ireland values the strong cooperation and engagement with its fellow members in the network of the Presidents of the Supreme Judicial Courts of the European Union, of which the Supreme Court of Ukraine is now an observer. I send my best wishes to your court for the future in the fulfilment of our common role of upholding the rule of law and commitment to the values of democracy and human rights.
Dear colleagues and friends, it is with profound pleasure that we, Justices of the Supreme Court of Iceland, extend our congratulations to the Supreme Court of Ukraine on the 5th anniversary of establishment of the renewed Supreme Court and the 105th anniversary of establishment of the court. All the best to the justices and the staff of the court on this occasion. But in these difficult times, it is not easy to celebrate. The people of Ukraine stand before an inconceivable challenge that nobody expected in Europe in our times. The core values we all stand for are human rights, the rule of law, and democracy. The invasion of Ukraine constitutes a grave violation of all these fundamental values. These horrible events must immediately come to an end, and we sincerely hope the best for the people of Ukraine.
Como presidente en funciones del Tribunal Supremo del Reino de España, deseo transmitir mi más cordial felicitación al Tribunal Supremo de Ucrania por sus 105 años de historia y por celebrar también estos días el 5º aniversario de su nuevo papel como cúspide de un sistema judicial unificado. Como no podía ser de otra manera, el Alto Tribunal Español mantiene un inquebrantable apoyo a todos los jueces que conforman la más alta cúpula judicial ucraniana, por lo que me uno a las distintas felicitaciones en esta efeméride, al tiempo que manifiesto mi total solidaridad con todos y cada uno de los ciudadanos ucranianos ante el inmenso sufrimiento que llevan viviendo desde hace ya 10 meses. Tal y como ya hiciera el Consejo General del Poder Judicial de España, me sumo a la declaración que el pasado 3 de marzo realizara la Red de Presidentes de los Tribunales Supremos de la Unión Europea y la Red Europea de Consejos de Justicia, reiterando la condena enérgica de las graves violaciones del derecho internacional que se están produciendo en Ucrania. En los momentos de mayor dificultad, la fortaleza del Poder Judicial, cuya esencia radica en su propia independencia, ha de ser, más que nunca, el pilar que sostenga y defienda los derechos y libertades de los ciudadanos. Espero que estas breves palabras, unidas a todas las voces de los tribunales de justicia que han participado en esta iniciativa, sirvan de aliento a los jueces ucranianos para perseverar en su firme voluntad de continuar luchando con coraje y esperanza por la defensa de la ley y de los valores de la Unión Europea. Esto es el respeto de la dignidad humana, la libertad, la democracia, la igualdad, el Estado de Derecho y hoy más que nunca el respeto de los derechos humanos.
Mrs. President and esteemed colleagues of the Supreme Court of Ukraine, good morning. On behalf of the Vice President and Justices of the Italian Supreme Court, it's an honor and a pleasure for me as a Secretary General to join you on the celebration of the anniversaries of the establishment of the Supreme Court of Ukraine. The Italian Supreme Court firmly believes in the importance of continued and fruitful cooperation and exchange between national jurisdictions, first and foremost of those democratic nations supporting and enhancing fundamental human rights and freedom in the view of strengthening their actual protection and their constant development. Therefore, I am glad to convey to you and the people of Ukraine their warmest wishes from the Italian Supreme Court on this special occasion and the strongest auspices for a prompt, peaceful recovery.
It is a great honor on behalf of the Supreme Court of Latvia to congratulate my Ukrainian colleagues with the 105th anniversary of the Ukrainian Supreme Court, which coincides with the 5th anniversary of the renewal of the Supreme Court in its current setting. Unfortunately, this anniversary takes place under these horrid conditions of the aggression of Russian Federation against Ukraine. Our Supreme Court, every one of us, every one of my colleagues and me personally, we do admire your courage, strength and determination to fight against the aggressor. Actually, there are no words to convey our true internal feelings that we feel seeing you fight against this aggressor. And any words that there exist seems to be shallow for this purpose. So I will just affirm once again that our hearts go out to you in your just fight against aggression and in your work, and to your work safeguarding justice under these conditions. And I sincerely, and from the bottom of my heart, congratulate you on your anniversary, and I wish that 106th anniversary will be celebrated in peace, in victorious and liberated Ukraine. Slava Ukraini!
Dear colleagues, every anniversary is a good opportunity not only to evaluate the path taken, but also to stress what is most important today. And the most important thing in this tense time of brutal aggression is that you, your people, are on the side of truth, law, and general values of humanity. Any anniversaries pale in comparison to your courage and determination which you demonstrate to the world, reminding it every time of the price of freedom, love of the motherland, and human dignity. Every time emphasizing the importance of unity and solidarity of the civilized world. Every time inviting to do best to bring the victory closer. Every time calling to be together until victory, until the triumph of justice. We are proud and value cooperation of our courts during the transformation of the legal and court system of Ukraine. We fully support the Supreme Court of Ukraine in joining the community of Supreme Courts of the European Union, thus bringing Ukraine and the European Union closer together. These initiatives was followed by numerical activities of Lithuanian judges to support Ukraine in the fight against the terrorist state. Dear colleagues, the Supreme Court of Lithuania wishes you strength in fostering and carrying faith in justice, because justice is an inherent guarantor of liberty.
Dear members of the Supreme Court of Ukraine, dear colleagues, as President of the Supreme Court of the Netherlands, the Hoge Raad, I congratulate your court with its double anniversary. We all know that there have been better times for Ukraine. Ukraine is part of Europe. The common values of the member states of the European Union are shared by the people of Ukraine. The ultimate aim of the upholding of these values by the courts is to guarantee peace and prosperity for the people. It's very sad that the people of Ukraine are faced with attacks, notwithstanding the order of the International Court of Justice that the Russian Federation shall suspend the military operation immediately. Your Supreme Court is, as all courts in Ukraine, of immense importance for the upholding of European values, for the maintenance and development of your country as a rule of law-based democracy, in which justice is done and is seen to be done. A country in which human rights and human dignity will prevail. Know that you are in our thoughts. May your court celebrate many more anniversaries in a strong and safe Ukraine.
Drodzy sędziowie i pracownicy Sądu Najwyższego Ukrainy, 5 lat temu podjęliście się trudnego, lecz niezwykle ważnego dla waszej ojczyzny zadania gruntownej reformy Sądu Najwyższego. Zadanie takie zawsze jest ogromnym wyzwaniem. Dziś mierzycie się dodatkowo z ogromnymi trudnościami wywołanymi zbrojną napaścią Rosji na wasz kraj. Głęboko jednak wierzę, że odniesiecie sukces, zarówno broniąc swojej ojczyzny, jak i budując w niej niezależny i sprawnie funkcjonujący Sąd Najwyższy, czego wam z całego serca życzę.
Dear President of the Supreme Court, honorable judges of the Supreme Court, distinguished guests, I have the honor to congratulate you most sincerely to the 5th anniversary of the establishment of the renewed Supreme Court and the 105th anniversary of the establishment of the Supreme Court of Ukraine. On behalf of the Supreme Court of the Slovak Republic, I would like to wish you every strength in exercising your function in the country in which the war poses an imminent threat to the access of the citizens of Ukraine to the judiciary and administration of justice. In these times of hardship, when you are forced to experience in your homeland unacceptable violations of international law, human rights and fundamental freedoms, and infringement of the most valuable of the rights, the right to life, I wish to express as a president, as a judge, and most importantly, as a human being, our support and clear position, and that is that we are firmly standing by your side.
Honorable judges of the Supreme Court of Ukraine, in my name and in the name of the Supreme Court of the Republic of Slovenia, I would like to send you our congratulations for your remarkable anniversary. The anniversary is of particular importance, especially in these difficult times, when the aggression has temporarily prevented you to exercise judicial power over the whole country. The essence of any judiciary is to administer justice and protect human rights and fundamental freedoms. We all wish the Supreme Court of Ukraine and all Ukrainian judges to exercise judicial power over all parts of the liberated country as soon as possible, to protect the rule of law and the common European democratic principles. And we are happy to continue our active collaboration between our two judiciaries. The example of this is just today's visit of the delegation of Ukrainian judges in our country. Congratulations and best wishes to all of you.
Honorable President and esteemed judges of the Supreme Court of Ukraine. Inter arma silent leges. The aforementioned Latin phrase is well known, and we can all agree that in times of war, the law falls silent. Despite the state of war since the end of February, which has been seriously undermining the proper implementation and execution of the laws in your country, the Ukrainian judiciary, and in particular the Supreme Court of Ukraine, continuously seek to overcome the insufferable difficulties faced by the people of Ukraine and to ensure the administration of justice to be as burden-free and smooth as possible under such terrible circumstances. We can only admire and support your enormous efforts. In this context, let me express my sincere congratulations to you, Honorable President, and you, esteemed colleagues, on the occasion of the 5th anniversary of the establishment of the renewed Supreme Court of Ukraine and the 105th anniversary of the establishment of the Ukrainian Supreme Judicial Forum. In the hope that the ongoing military conflict comes to a peaceful end in the nearest possible future, I am sending you the heartfelt thoughts and prayers of all the members of the Curia of Hungary.
Dear President Kniaziev, ladies and gentlemen, congratulations on the 105th anniversary of the Supreme Court and the 5th anniversary of establishment of the renewed Supreme Court of Ukraine. As the current president of the network of the presidents and as president of the German Federal Court of Justice, I send you my warmest regards. It was a great honor and pleasure for me that we could admit the President of the Supreme Court of Ukraine as observer of our network of the Presidents of the Supreme Judicial Courts of the European Union at our General Assembly 2 months ago in Brno, after your country had been granted EU candidate status in June this year. I very much look forward to our continued cooperation and our joint commitment for an independent judiciary in a peaceful Europe. Let us deeply care together about the rule of law on which the European area of freedom and justice is based upon. For now, I wish you all the very best in these so challenging and hard times for your country. Have a wonderful celebration all the same.
Honorable Madams and Sirs, dear colleagues, greetings from the Supreme Court of Finland. I am Tatu Leppänen, the President of the Supreme Court of Finland. We want to express our warmest congratulations to the Supreme Court of Ukraine for your 105th anniversary. We greatly admire the brave battle of the Ukrainian people for their independence and democracy, rule of law and human rights in whole Europe. The important task for both Supreme Courts in both countries is to maintain and enhance the rule of law, no matter what the circumstances might be. We wish the Supreme Court of Ukraine all the best success in coming 105 years. Eläköön Ukraina, slava Ukraini.
Dear President Knyazhev, dear members of the Supreme Court of Ukraine, let me, as a President of the Supreme Court of the Czech Republic, congratulate you to the 5th anniversary of the establishment of the renewed Supreme Court and the 105th anniversary of the establishment of the Supreme Court of Ukraine. Dear Vsevolod, our courts meet in these sad times more often than in the past. We met in May in Prague and just 2 months ago in Brno at the seat of the Czech Supreme Court. Here in Brno, the Supreme Court of Ukraine became an observer of the network of the presidents of the Supreme Judicial Court of the European Union and thus historically stepped into the family of European Supreme Courts. Unfortunately, I am saddened by the tragic circumstances behind. I wish the judges in the Ukraine to be able to return to their work as soon as possible. I would like to express my appreciation and support not only to the Ukrainian judiciary, but also to the Ukrainian people, and I hope that we will meet soon in peaceful times.
In celebration of the anniversaries regarding the establishment of the Supreme Court of Ukraine, I, Anders Eka, President of the Supreme Court of Sweden, would like to extend the court's sincere congratulations. In this time, I would also like to express our deepest sympathy for the very difficult situation that the people of Ukraine are suffering. Although this is a significantly challenging time, it should be emphasized that it is always of great importance to uphold the justice system, which is characterized by the rule of law. With this said, I would once again like to offer our warmest congratulations to the Supreme Court of Ukraine on behalf of the Supreme Court of Sweden.